Good morning all. Welcome to the webinar on CC for Teams. I'm just going to put myself on mute for a couple of minutes while we let the stragglers join, but if you've got any music in the background, please listen to it, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you. Right, so everyone, welcome, like I say, today to the CC for Teams webinar. My name is Michael Lloyd. This is our newest product we've added to the portfolio. We see it as a key cornerstone to certainly in our industry moving forward, and hopefully this will enable you as partners to make the most of some of the technology out there, which is key for the Teams world we're living in a lot of the environments. So just quickly, what's happening today? I'm just going to do a quick intro. Like I say, I'm Michael Lloyd. Then Arjun was meant to be joining us. Unfortunately, he's ill, so we've got an even better person, a guy called Rob from CC4ALL, who's the international partner manager. So he's going to be taking over Arjun's slot. Then we're going to do a Q&A, and there is on the webinar portal, you will see a Q&A slide piece on the portal, which you can put your questions to the team, and we'll come up with the answers hopefully, and then we're looking to finish at 11 o'clock. So who's here today? Myself, like I say, Michael Lloyd. Then we've got Karen Blackman, who is the head of cloud, Ian Blackman, who is the cloud account manager, and then we have Katrina Ure, the marketing manager. We also have Mark Highland in the background, who is the business development manager. So I'm just going to talk a bit about Teams and where I see it fitting and why it is so important moving forward to be able to have an offering for your end users to ensure that you either keep your competition out or you get into new opportunities with new solutions. Just some quick facts about Teams. I'm sure everyone uses it at one stage at a time. Teams was announced in 2016, but at that time Slack was very managing the market, a key player, and certainly the market leader at that time. And what Slack had done was made text chat as the way to move forward. You know, email probably in 5-10 years time will not be as prominent. It will be the text chat, and certainly with the next generation, that's how they, as we all know, talk. You can see Microsoft actually bid for Slack, but Mr. Gates decided that, hold on, Microsoft are in a good position, certainly with Skype, and they can actually build something themselves. So what they did is they bundled all of its collaborative businesses software into teams. So you've got the chat, you've got the video, you've got the voice, and then you've got the interaction to all the other products that they have. But obviously Slack isn't the only competitor out there for Teams, and certainly now in the voice world, there's a number of competitors to Teams. It has focused on video conferencing. The only way to obviously Zoom was out there, and certainly during the pandemic, if you were going to do a video call, you would say a Zoom call. So what Microsoft certainly wanted to do with that instance was to make sure that their product was alongside, if not in front of, Zoom's marketplace. And obviously the usual suspects who we now see as competition in the comms world have all launched different tools. So Meta, for example, with Facebook and their iPad and their TV advertising, you can see where they're actually trying to take the market as well. And it's all the same piece that Teams are attacking. So just some users, annual users, you can see, 2017, which wasn't that long ago, they just had, 2 million users per month. And now they're up to 270 million. It's a phenomenal number. So what that means is we have to be involved. We have to put an ecosystem around it to ensure that these Teams users become sticky to you as a reseller. And you can see what's happened to Slack. So Slack, obviously, with Microsoft being on the desktop, Microsoft being with 365, you can see straight away it's quite easy for users to say, well, let's just get on a Teams call. And because of that, that has kind of put paid to Slack's competition in that respect. And minutes on a Microsoft Teams meeting per day, I mean, we take it for granted, but that number is absolutely ridiculous, 2.7 billion. And that was back in March 2020, so I dread to think what it is now. But again, just reiterates that you have to be in it. Don't get left behind. There is so many products that fit around Teams that we've got on our portfolio, which means you can talk about anything, and they can still carry on using their front end Teams. But with the back end, such as CC4ALL, they'll be able to enhance what they've got. So what we did was we put a web page together, which was really talking about what's Teams ready. So everything we have in our portfolio is Teams ready. It's proven, tested to work with Teams, and does it in multiple ways, either an extended version, which means it goes straight into Teams, no direct routing needed. That actually limits what the features and functions can be. The other way is via the SIP. The SIP side of things, the direct routing, that is where, for example, again, CC4ALL sit at this minute in time. But Microsoft are opening up what they call extended, and you'll see a lot more products which will be going and effectively plugging straight into the Teams backend. So on the web page, you can see, for example, this is just a part of what we do. So there's direct routing, we have a relationship with Gamma there, contact centers, and obviously that's where CC4ALL. So that website is always being built, and you can go on there and just see what other products we have when your customer says, I want to continue using Teams. Whether it be having a back end of an enterprise product, they still might need some of these products to ensure that the front end works well. So what we've done, we've got a little logo. We talk about when something is Teams ready. It's important to understand that the products we are pushing and putting forward in the portfolio are tested, tried, and like I say, and certainly have got the interoperability box ticked in certain products. So just quickly on our portfolio, we have a number of silos in the business, which covers the whole environment when you talk about comms. So for example, intelligent networking, this is all about what if. This is all about taking your data, taking it from A to B in the best possible way, the quickest possible way. The procedure that gives it the least latency. It also says, well, we need to take a data packet and turn it into IP. So Sangoma, we have gateways. Again, with the ISDN and the PSTN turn off, this is something that is key at the moment to be able to say to people, right, you don't want to change your back end, but we want to get SIP lines coming into the building. okay, we can get a simple gateway. This is something that's been around for some time, and turn it into take it from SIP into ISGN, and you can keep your existing infrastructure that you've trusted and are happy with it. Alcatel, who is a cornerstone to the business, so big data center side of things. So again, this is all about taking your data and pushing it out. Engate on the SBCs, and Garland, which is about taps, which is about aggregation, taking data, bringing it together and creating a what if scenario. And then finally, Adaptive. This is all about SD-WANs. So certainly with the hybrid model that's come in, you want to make sure the people at home are being delivered the correct bandwidth, the correct quality of service, potentially aggregation, and some security when they're sitting in the home as if they were sitting in the office. So all those products fit in nicely. This is the UC side of things. So this is very traditional. This is where we were all probably 5-6 years ago. So this is all basically on-premise. We still see a future in on-premise. We don't expect it to grow, but we certainly don't see it going down because, as I'll come on to in a minute, UCaaS doesn't actually fulfill everyone's requirement when it comes to cloud. So we've got Alcatel Lucent. So we are Alcatel Lucent's comms distributor in the UK. We've got Sangoma again, who have certainly IP solutions out there. Spectralink, which is quite interesting on the team side of things. So Spectralink have an extended version authorization to go straight into Teams. So you need no direct routing, no SBCs for the SIP. Spectralink, which are DECT and mobility solutions. So in effect, you can have that traditional DECT working directly into a Teams environment without any other third-party products. Very strong. And if you want to talk to us about that, please do. Yealink, you probably all know, so the SIP endpoints. JPL, headsets and AV products. And then Varelo, which is a bespoke ACD product along with other solutions. And the cloud, obviously very pertinent for today. So you can see we've got some of the big names in there around the UCaaS side of things, Ring Central, 8x8. The 8x8 side of things, we deliver as a wholesale. So what that means is you still control your customer, you still invoice your customer, you'll get a bill from us, and you can then charge your customer whatever. And it keeps control, makes it sticky, and also means you're not dictated by the price where some of the agent models do. You can see there's some other Teams contact center solutions, more and attendant consoles, for example, Luware. But that, as you'll see in a minute, is run slightly different to how CC4ALL. And then we've got Enfon and Rainbow Office. And like I say, I mentioned Gamma as well. So on the Gamma side of things, we offer the direct routing solutions, which means that if you are looking to get someone into Teams, but get out onto the PSTN and put your own call packages together via whatever SIP provider, what we can do with Gamma, we can open up that into Teams. So therefore you can keep, again, control of that income that you probably have enjoyed over the last few years around the SIP lines. Meeting room solutions, again, very interesting and certainly a good talking point. So what we mean by meeting room solutions is certainly around the Yealink side of things, around customers who want to involve remote workers. So it's around interactive screens. It's simplicity of coming onto a call. It's around ensuring that the quality of the camera, the sound is very good. And it just means that certainly in meeting rooms environments, you can share information, interact a lot easier. So that's something, again, that we're very excited about. And it's a good talking point when you are talking to customers to say, okay, you're looking for collaboration rooms, meeting rooms. Most of them are saying, yeah. And it's not like a big room where it costs thousands and thousands. These are very commercially aware products, which means that customers straight away have that interaction feature, bringing either customers or remote workers to make them feel part of the meeting. And then finally, something that we're very proud of, we have a range of services. So we have engineers who offer services around all the products we sell. Now, sometimes it might be just first line, sometimes it might be first, second, and third, but there is a support mechanism for every product we offer in our portfolio. And that could be smart hands, that could be man to site, that could be remote configuration. And that includes the CC4ALL. But obviously today we're talking about our newest member to the portfolio. And just before I pass over to Dan, I will explain that it's a key part for us. We see it as very important for us moving forward. We have a very, very strong relationship with us. We are going to Contact Centre exhibition in November. So if you're coming down to the Excel, come in and talk to ourselves and CC4ALL. I'm now going to stop sharing and pass it over. Sorry, I've just been told it's Rob, not Dan. I'm very sorry, like I say.
No worries.
We only met 20 minutes ago, and I'm not very good with names anyway. I'm now going to stop sharing and pass over to Rob. Yours, Rob.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen now. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, I think it is. Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, Rob.
Very good. Very good. All right. Thank you very much, Michael. So my name is Rob de Boer. I'm from the Dutch software developer ContactCentre4ALL, presenting to you today our solution CC for Teams, a natively integrated contact center solution with many functionalities. We are an omni solution, so we support not only voice but also chat, WhatsApp, social media, email. And today I'm going to show you actually voice and a little bit of WhatsApp, so that you also see another channel, how that's performing in the same client. We started in 2013. We saw at that moment that Microsoft came up with Link 2013, which was pretty good PBX, but missing a lot of functionality. And we jumped into that hole, and together with Microsoft, we moved to Skype for Business and later on to Teams. And as Michael already told, it's an amazing growth that they had the last 2 years. And we see that too. We have partners all over the globe, customers all over the globe, and we see it growing very fast. So it's a very interesting product, which gives you a lot of extra functionality on Teams itself, and especially in areas where you have a lot of communication. Well, why is CC for Teams so interesting? Well, actually, it's easy to use. That's what our customers and of course the agents who are really working with it telling to us, that it's really easy to use. It's a learning curve from less than an hour. It has good functionality for team leaders. It has great reporting, and also for the IT guys, it's easy to manage. So all together, and that's what you see in the dots below, it will in the end improve your customer experience. And that's something that we all like a lot. Before I switch over to our live demo, because it's better to show what it's really doing than showing you thousands of pictures, I would share a little bit about our architecture, and it's a bird view, of course. So what's happening, the Office 365 is the central in your whole environment. You have outside connection with a direct voice connection, and you see it in the drawing with an SBC going outside. And when I have a direct call to one of the people inside, the call will go directly to that person's Teams client or mobile Teams client. So when you're when you want to support, let's say contact centers, let's say service desk, reception, etc., all these areas where you have a lot of communication, there CC for Teams comes in play. And what we do in the Microsoft Azure environment, we create a dedicated environment for the end customer. So that is possible because our software is multi-tenant and multi-domain. So we create a dedicated tenant for the customer, which will be connected with the Cloud SBC and the probably also Cloud SBC of your customer. We make an interaction. So if we see a group number for, let's say, customer service coming in, then it will automatically be routed to CC4 Cloud, and then we are able to provide all the things that you would like to do at that moment. So an example that people are available at customer service, it's daytime, morning, so probably the customer will, good morning, welcome by Nuvola, one moment please, and then the call is delivered to one of the available agents, probably the longest available agent, or the agent with the right skills, because we also support skill-based routing, very important to handle the call in one time. And so that will handle actually in a split second. So what if all the agents are busy? Maybe you want to overflow to another department. Possible. And it's nice if people in the other department also have the CC4 Teams client, because then they can see that they receive an overflow call from another department. But let's say the call stays in that department. So then you can tell the caller, hey, you're first in line, or the average waiting time is now 2 minutes. If you want to wait, hold the line, or press 1 to leave a voicemail. All these functionalities are added in our CC4 Teams cloud tenant, which is dedicated for the organization, for your customer. And there we use all kind of Microsoft standards, like cognitive services, to be able to say one for support or whatever. We have integration with our reporting, which I will show to you, with Microsoft Power BI, which gives you really beautiful graphs, and you can drill down into the report to get your right management information. We support real-time reporting, etc. So it's a play together with Microsoft in the Azure cloud, which make all these extra functionalities possible to use. In my drawing, you see also Salesforce, Dynamics, and actually we support over 300 integrations with CRM, ERP, and ticket systems. And with some of them, we have a real native integration, with Salesforce, with Dynamics. Then you could even stay inside that application and use the buttons in that application to integrate with Microsoft Teams. And beginning of next year, we also will provide it with ServiceNow. But next to this, we can easily open, the moment an agent is taking a call, open the application with the right information in front of the agent. So that's a little bit about our architecture. As I said, we have customers all around the globe. So we have 3 major environments for EMEA. We have that in the Western European cloud, which is based in Amsterdam. For APAC, we have that in Perth in Australia, and for the Americas, we have that in Chicago, so that you can also support the different time zones. Okay, actually, I would like to jump now to the live system, and therefore I will open my CC4 Teams client. And before I continue, I will tell you that you actually have 2 major parts. You have on one side, you have the client, the CC4 Teams client, which is natively integrated in Microsoft Teams. And on the other side, for the system management, you have the admin center, which can be reached by the IT guys, but also the system integrator can get access to support the end customer with questions about call flows, etc., and changes in the business process. But that I will show in a few minutes. Okay. Once we have pushed the client to the different users who are going to work with CC4 Teams, and you have connected it to your Teams taskbar, you are able to open it. So this is a one-time action that you need to do. and you can access the client with a single sign-on, of course. That is, I think, what you all would like to have. And actually, you only have to do this one time. So opening the client, and that's it. And it's a real cloud solution. So with updates and upgrades, that will all be done automatically. And if you open the Teams application, then automatically CC for Teams will be ready to use, and also in the latest version. So that's easy in system management. What you see here, and I will explain a little bit our client, is on the left side, you see a button where you can join different queues. And that's something I would like to explain a little bit more, because we work simply with three different licenses. You have an agent license, you have a team leader license, and the good thing is the team leader can also work as an agent, and you have the operator license, which can be used for reception, but also in combination with the agent in Chef Secretary. And the licensing model of CC for Teams is based on concurrent use. So if I'm not joining any queue as I'm doing now, then I'm not using a license. So our licenses are not named in this situation. Okay, I will join the demo voice queue, and I also told you that I show WhatsApp. So I also joined the demo media queue. And now I'm ready to receive calls and chats. And why? Because I put myself available. And that's important, as you probably know, that Microsoft Teams is using status information. So it's available, busy, do not disturb, be right back, and away. And reset, we will add reasons to busy and do not disturb. That can be very interesting later when you want to do historical reporting. And so we can add extra status information. And that's interesting later for your reporting environment. Okay. Before I explain the rest of the client, I first will set up a call. So I'm calling now our demo system. And what you will see is that I have to move this one a little bit away. I hope I'm the only one in the client. Let me check it in a second. Yeah, I am available. Okay. See, the call is coming in. And it's very interesting because I already see that Rob de Boer is calling with his mobile number and that he choose the demo voice queue. Myself on mute. Okay. So what I see is that apparently Rob de Boer is known in our address book. So that is why I see his name next to his phone number. And I can also see that he chose the demo voice queue. That's interesting because imagine that I'm also working for support overflow. So when all the colleagues at support are busy and an extra call is coming in, it will search people in demo voice. And when they are, they will offer the call to that position. And then I see here overflow support. And then I know that I can answer the call with maybe an other attitude, that I can say, hey, good morning, Rob, because I see his name. Can I help you? I understand that you were trying to find somebody at support. They are all busy. Can I take the message, blah, blah. And then you have the information. Important, we provide information to the caller. So they know that they are at the right organization, that maybe they had to wait a little, they have option to leave voicemail, they can choose the right department, etc. But also for the agent, information is very important because now the agent understands that he will receive a call for the demo voice queue. And by the way, the caller is known, so I see already the name. And instead of showing the name, when I was connected with a CRM system, I could pop up the CRM system with the business card of Rob de Boer. So I have that same information. So CC for Teams makes it possible to give also the agents a lot of information when they are receiving a call or a chat or whatever. On the right side, you see now different buttons. You have the possibility to do an ad hoc recording. So you can record the call. We, by the way, can also record in the process. What you always hear when you call and you say, this call might be recorded for training or coaching reasons. If you do not want that, press 1. That's what's working with us too. So for new people, you can record all their calls, and together with the team leader, you can examine how that calls went, etc. But you have also the possibility that you can do an ad hoc recording. When you say, okay, I want to start recording the call now, that is possible. All these functionalities can be switched off. So you can decide, okay, in demo voice queue, ad hoc recording is possible. In support, that's not. So then it will not appear for the agent. I can put it on pause. I can, of course, resume the call. And I can also forward a call. And I can forward a call with or without introduction, as we call it, warm or cold transfer. I can do that externally to anyone, but I can also do that internally in my address book. So let's see if I search for my colleague, Marcel Reuvers. I see, and I can directly cold forwarding or with introduction forwarding to him. And I have even, when he was busy, and for the audience, this is a demo system. So at this moment, I'm the only one attending the system. So that is why you see a gray button. He's not joining the demo environment. But I even have the possibility to check in his calendar. So the agent has all the information needed at that moment directly available. All right. I will not forward this call because I did not agree that it was on the last moment that I attended this call, but you will understand that that will work. What I will do, I will end the call, and what we activated is wrap up time and wrap up code. All these functionalities are not mandatory, but you can imagine that in some cases you would like to have that. So finishing a call, doing some administration before getting ready for the next call. So I will end the call, and you see I'm in wrap-up time. I can give it a code. Well, it was a support question. And automatically, when this time is gone, I will become available again for the next call. Of course, I can make myself already available, but let's imagine in this demo session that I need that time, and automatically I'm now available for the next call. Okay, voicemail is possible to show in the client. So group voicemail I'm talking about. Of course, on the left side, where you are working as an individual, you can also activate voicemail, but you can also activate voicemail for the group. So here you have the possibility when a voicemail is coming in, and I will do a short demo for it. So I go back to the agent. The agent, I do the option. Okay, this is a demo voicemail. Actually, I didn't hear if I was connected to it. I will do it one time again. Yes, now I have connection with voicemail. I'm doing that. So end the call now. And directly you will see that the voicemail is popping up in the client of the agent. So when I'm opening this one, I can directly see the voicemail, and I have even the possibility, and I see that the caller left his phone number in this case, because it's myself. I can directly call back, or I can just play the voicemail, and then you will see that, yeah. Now you directly can see that it's already opened, and actually everybody in my group can see the same information right now. Okay, that's about voicemail. Then I would like to go to the call history. So every agent has the possibility to see who has called, him or her, missed calls, outbound calls. And when that phone number is available, I can directly call back from my call history. And that's my personal call history. Of course, we have a data retention policy. So after a time, the information will be made anonymously, and after a longer time, the data will be erased from the system. We can change that for every customer, so it can be available longer, or for example, in Germany, it always has to be anonymously. We can do that from day one, etc. So here we can follow every data retention policy of every organization. Okay, another thing that I would like to show to you is the team leader, because the team leader can not only manage the complete team, but also has the possibility to do some extra things. So here I see who is attending in my group now on the demo voice queue. As you see, I'm the only one. And let's say I made myself busy for an internal meeting. My team leader can directly see my status. So Rob is busy and he is in an internal meeting, but I know that he's not at this moment. So I can tell him, hey Rob, can you please change your status to available because you're out of that meeting. But I can also, when I think, oh, he just forgot it, I can do it as a team leader myself. So now you see that Rob is available again. A team leader can also do reporting, which I will show you in a few minutes. And a team leader can, of course, look and or assist in calls from the agents. So when a call is made and the agent sent a chat, a Teams chat to the team leader and say, hey, can you please join my call because it's very difficult. Now, then you can click on that call and coach, and you can even barge into that call. So you can completely support your team. Okay. What I would like to show now is reporting. And before I do that, I will tell you that this address book is your Active Directory address book, and it's a view of it. So we will not change in any situation the central Active Directory. We know it's the holy grail of an organization, so we only have a view of it. And we need that because we need to have a very strict integration with Microsoft Teams. You can easily add addresses to this AD. So when you say I have a list of, let's say 2000 contacts that I know very well, you can easily upload them. And then when a call is coming in, you see directly the name, or you can even manually add contacts to it. And when you're not clicking on any queue, then you will only see it in your own address book, but if you click on, let's have example demo voice, then everybody in this queue will see that added address. On the left side, then you have a favorite list, which you can expand, of course. I want to add Arno also to my address book. You can, you see it here. You, for example, your department, or maybe when you're working at reception, a hotel or taxi, or all these handy numbers you can add to your favorite list. In your address book, you can also search on many fields. Only a few are displayed over here. But for example, I will search everybody who's working in Vianen, and I directly see all the people over there. So that address book has a very good searching possibility, and you can even add favorites to your client. Outbound dialing is also possible. And you would say, okay, I can dial outbound from my Teams client. Yes, that's possible. That's true. But then you always will send your personal number. And when you're working for, as an example, I used a customer service, you do not want to send your personal number. So in CC for Teams, you have the possibility to send another phone number, which is connecting to the number that the customer probably has dialed to come to your department. So now I can dial out, sending this phone number. And the second important thing is that it's now also registered in your reporting. So you can see how many inbound, how many outbound calls were made last week or last month or today, or whatever you would like to report on. Okay. Before I go to reporting, I told you that I would show also WhatsApp integration. So I added the media. I will make my client a little bit smaller so that you can see what is happening. Let me see if that will fit. I will also open my let me see. I would like to open, yeah, this one, WhatsApp. Of course, I prepared it a little bit. Okay. So everybody knows web WhatsApp. So you have the WhatsApp now from my mobile phone. So I send a message. Hi, how are you today? And what you will see in the client, that a media file is coming in. So I will accept it. And if I don't accept it, then it will go back into the queue and will be offered to other available colleagues. I'm fine. I answer it, and you see directly in WhatsApp, you see the answers. So you see you have a direct connection in the same client with all the other media, and chat is working like this. So we can also do email, social media, and I already showed you voice. So I will end this one. So it was just a peek view of our WhatsApp. So what I will do now, I will go to the admin center to show you the backside of our application. You have two possibilities to join. You can join when you, for example, are a supervisor. Then you can create reporting for your own queues. But I will now join as an administrator to show you how it's looking on the backside. well, we have uploaded people who might use with CC4 Teams. We can create skills. Skills can be language. Skill can be product knowledge. So how many people can speak English? So the system can route calls based on the country number. With skill-based routing, you have said, okay, I would like to have information on this and that product. Then the system will look into that queue who has that product knowledge and will offer the call to those people. So that is what we mean with skill-based routing. We can add all kind of opening schedules. Actually, for every department, you can set up another one, and it can be done very detailed. We can prepare events. So I always use the example of the 1st of January, so that you already have set it up. That when people call on the 1st of January, you say Happy New Year. I'm sorry, we're closed today because we all have a little headache from yesterday. And if you would like to leave a message, then we call you right back tomorrow morning. Or maybe you have an option for urgent calls, press 1, and then we can create a schedule with people who are on duty. That's all supported by CC4 Teams. We can even connect it with a smart app, Microsoft Smart App, that engineers who are on duty can switch themselves off so that it will go to a colleague, etc. All these intelligent routings can be easily created in CC4 Teams. Okay, then we have, of course, the different queues, and I will open the demo voice queue because here you can set up who is a member, which skills are used, who is a supervisor. And as you see in our company, everybody is a supervisor. And that's, of course, for demo reasons. We can say who is a member. And until the membering of somebody in a queue is not the same as using a license. So with these people, you see that only Rob Demo 2 is joined, and Rob is using a license, and he is also a supervisor, so he is a supervisor using a supervisor license. We can add all the different playlists. So what will the people hear when they all are busy? What when you are put on hold? You can have music, you can have advertisements, you can have one moment, please. If you want to leave a voicemail, etc. All these things can easily, very easily be set up in our admin center. Next to this, and that's also what I would like to show, is that we have a fantastic graphical call flow editor where we can fill in the company business process easily. And imagine that this administrator training will cost you less than a day. We have that experience with many, many customers who really can set it up within a day. So that's easy to use and easy to manage. And here we can follow the complete business process. What to do when you're not opened. Say good morning, good afternoon. Maybe an IVR choice. Maybe we check first in a database if there are VIP customers calling. Maybe they want to have another routing. We can also set up a database at the end to do a caller survey so that you can tell the company about the services that you received. And you know, marketing and sales management is always happy with that information. That can all be set up in this call flow editor. All right, then it's time for a little bit of reporting. We have the possibility to do historical reports in the client so that the supervisor can really easily set up based on templates reporting, give it a name, I would like to have all the information of last week, not by agents, but by queues. I would like to have it from the demo voice queue, and then which database field should be embedded in it, and then generate, and I have the reporting. Of course, I have some examples, and that reports will be opened in Excel. And it's really playing with it, and within 30 minutes you are completely free to create your reports, and you can open it. Next to creating these reports, and you think that it's a great report, you are able to schedule it, and you can say, okay, this report, I would like to send it out weekly. Well, let's start today, every day at 9 a.m. It always has to be a Tuesday, and then send it to these people in my team, or to these email addresses you can add here. And then the system will automatically send that report every week to the same people until you stop it. But we also integrated reporting with Microsoft Power BI. As you know, Power BI is a standard product in the Office 365 suite, and we created a template where you can log into my Power BI account, where you can see all the information in our databases in an easy template, and which the template is also maintained by us. So when new functionality is arriving, the template will be automatically updated. So always all the information is available. Well, I will open for this example the one I like most, and that's the heat map. So let's see if the internet in my hotel in Germany will give me that information soon enough. I think it will. I put it a little bit on the side. It's not showing everything I wanted to see. It's taking a while. It should show a very nice heat map where you can easily zoom in. Is there? I see it. There was a selection made. Yeah, and I would say select all. You see, now it's doing what I want. You see, you can make selections on hours, on months, on different departments, even on people. Just a little check if I'm in, then I know that I'm still working for this company. Well, I think I am. I think I am. So the interesting of a heat map is that you can directly see, in this case, what was the most busy moment. So it's on Wednesdays from 2 to 3. When I click on it, you will see below all the figures are adapting to that information. So that is what I'm meaning with historical reporting integrated in Microsoft Power BI, where you have an easy view on all the information shown. Okay, I open it completely again. Yeah, I can open all these things, but yeah, I would say please attend for an extra demo, then we can show it more in detail, but I think you understand what I'm meaning. Of course, and that's the last one that I will show today, we also have a Power BI integrated with real-time reporting, so that you can see on a wallboard who is active, which calls are coming in, and I will call the system so that you will directly see that the call is coming in. You see, it's offering now to our system. I choose the demo voice queue, and because I'm the only one available in that queue, it will offer it to me. what I will do, I will decline it. And you see now I'm available to take the call, but I decline it. And then the call will go back into the queue, but Microsoft will put my status on unavailable because I'm not taking the call. Apparently, I'm not available anymore. And I will hang up the call, and then automatically the caller will disappear. But here I can see all the activity, what's going on in my environment. So if I go back to my client for 1 second and I make myself available again, then you will see that the status of Rob Demo 2 will be on available again. So sorry for the hiccup, but that's really my internet connection over here. So this is what I wanted to show you today. I hope you have
Thank you,
Yep.
Rob. That's brilliant.
Thank you. I will stop sharing.
Lovely. So I just wanted to I'll put myself so you can see me. I really do exist. So just quickly, thanks, Rob. Yes, for that. We have some questions for the floor from the floor, Rob, if you're happy to take them.
Yes, of course.
I think fundamentally that what I think the best way is if you are interested in the product and you want to get to know a little bit more, as Rob says, we can set a personal one-to-one or one to your salespeople, call up, and we can go through it and maybe explain where the differentiators are potentially with some of the competition, etc., etc. But today we just wanted to get you a feel for it and explain where it fitted in. So Katrina, have you got some questions for Rob?
I do. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We can, yes.
Good. Yeah, I do have some questions. They've been kind of flitting in and out while you've been presenting, Rob. I think you've stimulated people's grey cells. So
That's nice.
you might have covered some of these items off later, but let's start. First question, well, it's really two questions. Can you integrate with a CRM, and which integrations are possible? So I guess
Yes, we
that's
can.
Yep.
Yes, we
Which
can.
ones?
Well, it's over 300 different ones. So name it, and possibly it will work. And that can vary from really native integration like Dynamics, Salesforce, and beginning of Q1 we have that with ServiceNow. But we can probably with every and the basics is a little bit. Does it have? Can it be opened with a web URL? And do you have the possibility to take, for example, the phone number, or maybe you can ask a ticket number or a customer number, and then we are able to pop up the application on the right page the moment the agent takes the call.
Great. That's good. I'm sure that'll excite a lot of people. Can you record conversation ad hoc from start to finish? So in the middle of a conversation, I guess, can you record, or can you record the whole length of the conversation?
No. What we do, we can record the whole conversation. That's for sure, but that's what we can do in the call flow. So where you can say, okay, you're now going to this department, and we start recording the call from beginning till end. But ad hoc recording is really from the moment. We built this functionality just already a few years ago. It was when we started with CC for Skype. When operators sometimes get, let's say, unfriendly calls, and then they have the possibility to say, please, madam or sir, I will start recording the call now if you not change your behavior. So that was the reason that we developed ad hoc recording. And of course, you can use it for everything. Maybe when you say, okay, let's start recording the transaction, that's what you can do. But next to that, we can record in a call flow.
Okay, so that's a yes. Cool. Can I have a short list, a call list, with the people in my department?
Yeah, you can do that on several ways. And why do you want it? Do you want to see the status of these people? Why do you want it?
I don't know. This is the question that's come in. It's not from me personally. They're just asking, can I have a call list with people in my department? So I guess what they're saying is a short list, like a separate condensed list.
Yeah, well, as I showed in my client, I can select on department so that you see all the people of department I choose down, and that was Vianen. I saw all the people who were working in Vianen, but I can also in my client I can make a favorite list where I can add all the people in my department or the people I would like to have on a short list. And
Okay.
yeah, and in Microsoft Power BI we are able to create that real-time information where you see the status of any agent that you want. What I showed
You can have
is
a favorites list.
yeah,
Okay, right.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
interpreting that's their question.
Let's yeah, Katrine, let's just check that's answered the question after the webinar, and then if we need to get back to them, we can.
Okay, that's true. If anybody has any more questions, then we can always fire those over. So yeah,
Of
that's
course.
it for me for questions.
And
Lovely.
visitors in London. I'm
Yes.
there too.
You obviously covered it all, but again, like I say, if you're coming down to the Excel in middle of November, Rob's going to be there, I'm going to be there, Katrina will be there, and a number of the staff will be there, so please come along and ask. I think on that note, 11:01, we've hit it on the nail, which is good stuff. Thank you, Rob, again. Appreciate your you jumping in for Arjun. Let's hope Arjun gets better. And thank you all for everyone else for attending, and we will see you very soon. Keep safe and have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.